Hello, dear learners. Welcome to today's discussion. I am Dr. Anuskandi Dash, a general and laparoscopic surgeon. I have started discussing about short cases, which are commonly seen in your word placement, as well as these short cases will be faced in your examination also. Today, I will discuss on history taking, which is a part of examination of a lump. So let's start. As well as a disclaimer that a few images are taken from my personal patients for which consent has been taken. Okay. So as in the previous discussion, I have mentioned that there are some basic principles of short case examination, and it is applicable for every short case, like report, permission, privacy for some specific or examination of the private organs like scrotum or breast, attendant in that examination, and hand wash, very important. Exposure, proper exposure is badly needed, and position of you as well as position of the patient. So these discussions are discussed in my previous video, okay, where I have stated how to prepare yourself for a short case examination. So I hope you guys will visit my page for that videos. The timing also, I have stated previously that 5 to 7 minutes for each short case. In MBBS examination, you have to see 3 cases. But in case of FCPS examination, there will be 4 cases, short cases. And for that, 7 minutes, total of 28 minutes. That's why I have given 5 to 7 minutes. 5 minutes for MBBS and 7 minutes for FCPS in Bangladesh. And within these 5 to 7 minutes, 2 to 4 minutes will be allocated for your clinical examination. In that period, you will just examine and your examiner will see. Okay. So 2 minutes I have stated only for the normal things like cirrhosis, lipoma or hernia or something. And 4 minutes, these are some specific tests like thyroid examination, even pituitary examination, or nerves, median nerve injury, or even ulcer, okay, foot ulcers. These will need elaborate examination. So for that reason, teacher will allow more times for clinical examination. So the timing is very important, and practice, a good practice can minimize the timing. Okay. Now, regarding the history, how to take history? Actually, different examiner has different thoughts. আমি আমার স্টুডেন্টদের সবসময় বলে রাখি যে ক্লিনিক্যাল এক্সামিনেশনের ক্ষেত্রে বই তো অবশ্যই একটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট থিং, তার থেকে বড় হচ্ছে হলো স্যার কি বলছেন, অথবা ইভেন যে এক্সামিনাররা পরীক্ষা নেবেন প্রায়র টু এক্সামিনেশন, ইয়োর এক্সামিনেশন, যে স্যার আসবেন উনি কি পছন্দ করেন ওই ইনস্টিটিউট থেকে খোঁজ নিয়ে সে অনুযায়ী প্রিপারেশন নেওয়াটা ভালো। অনেক স্যাররা আছেন এই টেকনিকটা করলে ভালো, খুশি হন, অনেকে আবার এই টেকনিকটা করলে বেজার হন। তবে রেফারেল যে বই দুটার নাম বলছিলাম আমরা, সেই 2 বই থেকে যদি আপনি বলেন সেই বই অনুযায়ী যদি করি আমরা, তাহলে অবশ্যই যদি আটকে যান তখন বলতে পারবেন যে স্যার দিস রেফারেন্স ইজ ফ্রম নরমান ব্রাউজ। সো এ গুড রেফারেন্স বুক is very needed for your preparation. And in my presentations, I have tried to give informations only from these 2 books, not any other book. Okay, that's why you can refer for that 2 books also in your exam. Okay, some advices to take full history prior to examine. So in case of clinical examination, 2 parts, একটা history part, একটা examination part. Okay. Some teachers like to that examinee should take full history. এক্সামিনেশন শুরু করবার আগে পুরো হিস্ট্রিটা নিয়ে নিবা। আবার কেউ কেউ বলেন যে এক্সামিনেশন করার ফাঁকে ফাঁকে আমরা হিস্ট্রি নিতে থাকবো, তাহলে কি টাইমটা শর্ট হয়। সো দুই রকমের মতবাদী আছে, কোন স্যার কোনটা পছন্দ করেন সেটা জেনে নেওয়া পরীক্ষার্থী হিসেবে তোমার দায়িত্ব বা আপনাদের দায়িত্ব। Okay, what is my preference? Actually, I prefer the second one. That first of all, the greet gently. Gentleness is very important, and build up a good rapport with the patient. First, second, that ask important questions regarding the case initially. Initially, just the basic questions only, and after that, after completing the initial basic questions, start examining and continue asking questions in between examination. Okay, say for example, আমি যদি বলি থাইরয়েড শুরু করলাম, আমি থাইরয়েড এক্সামিনেশন শুরু করলাম। ওকে, আমি জিজ্ঞাসা করলাম যে চাকাটা কয়দিন থেকে, আচ্ছা এই চাকাটা কি বাড়তেছে কিনা, সুইলিং রিলেটেড। তারপর আমি যখন বললাম আচ্ছা ঢোক গেলেন, উনি ঢোক গেলেন, ঢোক গেলার পরে আমি বুঝলাম যে থাইরয়েড, তখন আমি থাইরয়েড রিলেটেড কোয়েশ্চেন করা শুরু করলাম এবং এক্সামিনেশন চালাই গেলাম। এটা আমার প্রেফারেন্স, বাট আপনার কি প্রেফারেন্স হবে সেটা আপনাকে নিজেকে আবিষ্কার করতে হবে। ওকে, নাও দ্য হোয়াট হিস্ট্রিজ ইউ উইল টেক ফ্রম দ্যাট পেশেন্ট প্রায়র টু examination or in between examination, and these questions are all taken from Norman Browse. Okay, first question, when was the lump first noticed? যে প্রথম কখন লাম্পটা আপনি দেখেছিলেন। আমরা কেন ডিউরেশন বলতে গেলে আমরা কেন বললাম না যে প্রথম কবে শুরু হয়েছিল, আমরা তো তাই বলি, কিন্তু অ্যাকচুয়ালি জিনিসটা কেন যে a lump may be noticed 6 months back but it may grow years before it was seen. বেশিরভাগ ক্ষেত্রেই যে বিনাইন লাম্প যেগুলো হয় সেগুলা পেশেন্টরা ওভারলুক করে। ওকে, যে হয়তোবা অনেক বড় না হওয়া পর্যন্ত সেই লাম্পটা চোখে পড়ে না। দ্যাটস ওয়াই আমরা বলি যে when was the lump first noticed, and সেকেন্ড কোয়েশ্চেন আমরা যেটা বলি সেটা হচ্ছে যখন আপনি নোটিস করেছিলেন সাইজ কি ছিল, যে what was the size of the lump when you first noticed. So that two questions will give a clear view of the lump actually. Okay, so the notice, the answer may be many things. Some may give answer like it was since birth, যে বাবা মা বলছেন যে এটা জন্ম থেকে আমার ছিল। So যদি since birth হয়, in that cases we will tell that this swelling is congenital, like it can be cystic hygroma or a sacrococcygeal teratoma or even a meningocyst. So any kind of congenital lesion will present since birth. Then the patient may tell that there is very short duration. If case of short duration, our differentials will be that if this is painful, so it may be an inflammatory lesion, any inflammatory lesions, acute inflammation, abscess or boil or something, or it will be traumatic, post-traumatic hematoma or disease. So these are short duration. If it is painful and short duration painless, that is very important, that can be malignant tumor. If anyone tell that the swelling is painless and it is rapidly enlarging, first thing in your mind that should come, that is malignant tumor. And many swelling are long duration, so mostly these are neoplastic, and that usually these are benign neoplastic swellings. And any chronic inflammation like tuberculosis or any other thing can also cause a long duration lump. So this duration is very important. For that we need to ask two questions: when was the lump first noticed, and what was the size of the lump when you first noticed. Okay, then the second question will be what made the patient notice the lump. আপনি চাকাটা কেন কিভাবে দেখলেন, তাই না? তো এর উত্তর অনেকভাবে আসতে পারে। কেউ কেউ বলতে পারে some may tell that due to pain, and if the pain is a cause, so it can be an inflammatory lesion or post-traumatic or any kind of intramuscular even intravenous injection also. So pain will make the patient to notice the lump. Also, most people may tell that this is insidious or spontaneous. Okay, I don't know whether I was examining something for any other cause. Then I felt the lump, like the neoplastic ones, the tumors, testicular tumor. Okay, testicular tumor, even it is খুব ভালো একটা এক্সাম্পল দেই, testicular tumor. Usually patient comes to us after getting trauma in the testis. Patient কোনো সময় বুঝে না যে তার টেস্টিসে লাম্প আছে, ব্যথার পরে আমাদের এক্সামিনেশন করতে আসে, তখন আমরা দেখি যে একটা লাম্প আছে, এবং আফটার আল্ট্রাসাউন্ড স্ক্যান they found that there is a testicular lump. So it is insidious or spontaneous. Like for children, like Wilms tumor or any other tumor, usually mother describes that while bathing she feels a lump. Okay, so for children, mother will give the history. Even that lump may arise from pre-existing lesion, like margarine ulcer. You know that ulcer, it is squamous cell carcinoma, which arises in a previously traumatic or scar, even burn scar, any kind of scar, that margarine ulcer can occur. Even keloid, okay, malignancy may arise from the keloid. Even that malignant melanoma may arise from the pre-existing mole. So any pre-existing lesion may lead to notice the lump or notice the lesion actually. Okay, next question may be, has the lump changed since it was first noticed? Okay, প্রথম যে দেখা গেছিল লাম্পটা, তারপর থেকে লাম্পটা কি তার সাইজ বদলাইছে কিনা? তো কি হইতে পারে যে yes, that lump is slowly enlarging, like benign swellings. 5 বছর ধরে আছে, it is for the 5 years, and it is increasing very, very, very slowly. Okay, benign swelling. Patient may tell that this is rapidly enlarging, like malignant growth. Okay, last 3 months he has seen the lump, and for the last 1 month it is rapidly enlarging and attained an enormous size. So that is malignant swellings. Some may tell that this is regressing tumor. Actually, these regressing tumors will be inflammatory, like abscess or any kind of boil or anything. In inflammatory swelling, that will regress in size as inflammation will subside and the lump will decrease. Even DJ pairing, actually these are due to some hormonal things like fibroadenoma, or even in uterine some things. This lump may appear, otherwise in few days or few months or few years after, the lump may disappear also. So this thing, that has the lump changed since it was first noticed, it's very important. Okay, then you may ask that, is there any symptom? Okay, the symptom may be the pain. Okay, any inflammatory swelling or any post-traumatic swelling, this will cause pain in the swelling, or even if there is any secondary infection in the swelling, that also may cause pain. Even if the swelling arises from nervous tissue like neurofibroma, that swelling may produce pain also. So pain is most important associated symptoms. Patient may present with fever. Okay, like in tuberculosis, there will be low-grade fever, night sweat. Okay, even the lymphoma, you guys all know lymphoma, Paul Epstein fever. So in lymphoma, patient will present with fever. So very important findings. Even few swelling may produce pressure symptoms. Like if any swelling in joints or in spine, that swelling, if the size is larger, then they may produce difficulty in movement. As well as if swelling is in the respiratory passage or alimentary tract or something, that may produce pressure symptom like dysphagia or dyspnea. So these pressure symptoms are also, so you should ask that the patient that is there any symptom which are associated with the swelling. Clear? Okay. Okay. Next, we want to ask about that. Has the patient ever had any other lumps? That means multiplicity. Most of the swellings are solitary actually, but few swellings are multiple. Has the propensity to develop in multiple sites, like lymph nodes. There are regional lymphoma, many generalized lymphadenopathy. So many lymphatic groups will get enlarged. The patient will have multiple bumps in different sites, the lymph nodes mainly. Then the multiple lipomas or lipomatosis, we also call it Derkam's disease. Okay, lipoma can occur anywhere. It can come in multiple. Neurofibromatosis. Okay, Bayan Hansen disease. Okay, it is occur. You see in many previously in the farm gate overbridge that is abolished nowadays. There are patients, there are ভিক্ষুক আছে অনেক যারা এরকম অনেক শরীরের হাজার হাজার টিউমার নিয়ে ভিক্ষা করেন আর কি। সো এটা নিউরোফাইব্রোমাইটোসিস পেশেন্ট আমরা সবাই জানি। দেন metastatic deposits, okay, like in thyroid swelling, patient can come with forehead swelling, okay, and in any kind of GIT swelling, the left varicose gland get enlarged. So we should inquire about that. Has the patient ever had any other lumps, or is the patient having any other lump anywhere in his body? Okay. Next question will be any impairment of function. I mean, again, সেটা বলেছি যে in case of limb or spine swelling, that patients may come with impairment of movement or any kind of impairment of function. Okay, nerve entrapment syndrome may also occur. Next is the history of previous surgery or invasive investigations. If any swelling, this patient, if we see any scar mark over the swelling, that we must ask that whether there were any previous surgery or not. Or even in case of any swelling, large swelling, we should ask that whether that patient is having any invasive investigations like FNC or core biopsy. Okay, because that will lead you to, if the patient is having any FNSC 1 day back or 2 days back, that patient will feel pain while you will examine them. So that will alarm you that yes, you should be gentle while examining. So that is very important question, that in the previous surgery history as an akinai. And that if the patient is having in history previous surgery, that means that swelling is recurred. And there are few swellings that are very recurrent, like malignant swelling may require, or even sebaceous cyst may require due to inadequate removal, inadequate enucleation. Or you guys all know the phallus tumor of the breast is very, very highly recurrent tumor. So recurrence of the swelling are these are the causes, I think. Next, the family history. Not necessary for every cases, but some tumors have the propensity to run in the families. In such cases, you must have to take family history from the patients. So, like neurofibroma. So if I want to summarize the histories, okay. So first of all, you have to build up a good rapport with the patient, and you will start to ask important questions like, first of all, what is the problem? Okay. Duration, how long you're suffering from these things? Okay, if it is lump, what are the size when you first notice the lump? Okay, then what event urged you to notice the lump? Okay, lump is changing its size rapidly or not? So these questions you should ask at a preliminary state. After that, you start your examination, and in between examination, in inspection, then palpation, you ask the rest of the questions, which are very much relevant to the, specific to the case diagnosis, I think. So I think that's all for today. I hope you are enjoying or you have getting something to learn. And if you learn one word or two words from me, that will be a gift for me actually. So thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you next discussion. Thank you very much.